shape-shifting entity known as the Skinwalker has largely been dismissed as a hoax. After all, it is difficult to believe that a humanoid figure has been transforming into a four-legged animal and terrorizing families in the American Southwest for decades, if not longer. But while there's no scientific proof, the Nat Geo Skinwalker does have deep roots in Native American lore. As for the rest of America, it got its first real taste of the Nat Geo legend in 1996. A newspaper story chronicled a Yuta family traumatizing experience with the supposed creature that including cattle multiplications and disappearances, UFO sightings, and the appearance of crop circles. But the family's most distressing encounter with the fabled Skinwalker occurred one night just 18 months after moving in to the ranch. Terry Sherman, the father of the family, was walking his dogs around the ranch late at night when he encountered a wolf. But this was no ordinary wolf. It was perhaps 3 times bigger than a normal one, had glowing red eyes, and stood unfazed by 3 close-range shots Sherman blasted into its hide. The Sherman family weren't the only ones to be traumatized on the property. After they moved out, several new owners experienced eerily similar encounters with these creatures, and today, the ranch has become a hub of paranormal research that aptly renamed Skinwalker Ranch. While paranormal investigations probe the property with novel inventions, what they seek has a history that is centuries old. This is the legend of the Nat Geo Skinwalker. So, what is a skinwalker? As the Nat Geo English Dictionary explains, the skinwalker has been translated from the Navajo Yi Nalidoloshi. This literally means, by means of it, it goes on all fours. And the Yi is merely one of the most varieties of skinwalkers called Antigeny. The Piolo people, Apichi, and Hopi also have their own legends involving the skinwalker. Some traditions concerning Native American monsters believe that skinwalkers are born of a benevolent medicine who abuses indigenous magic of evil. The medicine man is then given mythical powers of evil that vary traditional to tradition, but the power all traditions mention is the ability to turn into or possess an animal or person. Other traditions believe a man, woman, or child can become skinwalker and should commit any kind of deep-seated taboo. In Native American lore, the skinwalkers are described as being mostly animalitical physically, even when they are in human form. They are reportedly near impossible to kill, except with a bullet or knife dipped in white ash. Little more is known about the perpetrated being, as the Nat Geo are suddenly relented to discuss it with outsiders, and often, even amongst each other, traditional belief portends the seeking about the malevolent being is not only bad luck, but makes their appearance all the more likely. Native American writer and historian Adrienne Keene explained how J.K. Rowling use of similar entities in her Harry Potter series affected people who believed in the Skinwalker. And quote, what happens when Rowling pulls this in? So we as Native people are now opened up to a barrage of questions about these beliefs and traditions, said Keene. But these are not nothing. They need or should be discussed by outsiders. In 1996, a couple of outsiders were introduced to the legend after a series of inexplicable events occurred at their new ranch. Terry and Gwen Sherman first observed UFOs of varying sizes hovering above their property. Then, 7 of their cows died or just disappeared. One was reportedly found with a hole cut into the center of its left eyeball. Another had its return carved out. The cattle the Shermans did find dead were both surrounded by an odd chemical smell. One was found dead in a clump of trees. The branches above appeared to have been cut off. One of the cows that vanished had left tracks in the snow that suddenly stopped. If it's snow, it's hard for a 1,200 or 1,400 pound animal to just walk off without leaving tracks, or to stop and walk backwards completely and never miss their tracks, Terry Sherman said. It was just gone. It was very bizarre. Perhaps most terrifying were the voices Terry Sherman heard while walking his dogs late one night. Sherman reported that the voices spoke in a language that he didn't recognize. He estimated that they came from about 25 feet away, but he couldn't see a thing. His dogs went berserk, barked, and ran back hastily to the house. After the Shermans sold their property, his innocence only continued. The talk of the Skinwalker intensified. After the 1996 incident, entities entered the scene to try and answer the big question: are Skinwalkers real? UFO entities and Las Vegas realtor Robert Bigelow bought the ranch for $200K in 1996. He established the National Institute for Discovery Science on the grounds and put up substantial surveillance. The goal was to assess what exactly had been going on there. On March 12, 1997, Bigelow's employee, Dr. Colin Kelleher, spotted a large humanoid figure perched in a tree. Detailed in his book, Hunt for a Skinwalker, the creature was 20 feet off the ground and about 50 feet away. Kelleher wrote, the large creature that lay motionless almost casually in the tree. The only indication of the beast's presence was the penetrating yellow light of the unblinking eyes as they stared physically back into the light. Kelleher fired at the supposed skinwalker with a rifle, but it fled. It left claws marked and imprints on the ground. Kelleher described the evidence as signs of a bird of prey, maybe a raptor print, though huge, and from the depth of the print, from a very heavy creature. This was only a few days after another unreaving innocent. The ranch manager and his wife had just tagged a cow before their dog began acting strangely. They went back to investigate 45 minutes later in the field in broad daylight, and they found the cow and its body cavity empty. Most people know if an 84-pound calf is killed, there is blood spread everywhere. It was as if all of the blood had been removed in a very drought way. The distressing activity continued well into the summer. 3 eyewitnesses saw a very large animal in the tree, and also another large animal at the base of the tree, continued Kelleher. We had videotape equipment, night vision equipment. We started hunting around the tree for the carcass, and there was no evidence whatsoever. Ultimately, Bigelow and his research team experienced over 100 innocents on the property, but couldn't amass the kind of evidence that scientific publication would accept. Bigelow sold the ranch to a company called Aluminium Holdings for $4.5 million in 2016. Nevertheless, the research on Skinwalker Ranch is more sophisticated and secretive than ever.